There was a story that was trending today on social media, Messi falling out with the PSG manager, and obviously his father has been forced to come out and really clear air onto what is happening right now around Lionel Messi. We are talking Cristiano Ronaldo, an invitation to play for Portugal at the age of almost 40, I think 38, 39, by the new manager of Portugal known as Martinez, who was formerly managing Belgium and he's now the coach of Portugal. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. Kante is in contention to start for Chelsea or be in the match squad as Chelsea is going to be playing Everton. So smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, lower right bottom corner is the place to be. So let's get into this story of Lionel Messi that was really released by a journalist known as D. Jamel. He has told us that Lionel Messi left training on Tuesday because he was disappointed with what Chris Gatlia was offering. The PSG manager tried to convince him to stay, but the player went home anyway. So, you know, there is no smoke without fire. I 100% believe that there are things that are really not going well at PSG, and what has caused all this is simple: them being knocked out of the Champions League. You know, Messi is here to set the trend. You get? Messi knew that if at all they continue to be in the Champions League, he'll really go ahead and really outscore Ronaldo in the Champions League. I think Ronaldo is now like, is it 10 goals ahead of Messi? And Messi looks like he's not having time because he doesn't see him playing at the top level for the very many years that have been left in his career. He feels like he should come to the end of his career by playing in the World Cup of 2026. Those are 4 years from now. So if he's to go ahead and really be so much instrument of Argentina in the World Cup of 2026, he needs to play for the for the 2 years to the World Cup, that is 2025, yeah, 2025 and 2026, in a league that is not at a high level of competitiveness as PSG or the top 5 leagues in the world. You know why? He'll be saving energy for the World Cup because he knows that Argentina is really having good talent, the likes of Garnachos, Enzo Fernandez, McAllisters, and very many other good players that have gone ahead to mushroom that can help him lift or defend this trophy again and go down in the books of history as one of those captains that has ever won the World Cup twice consecutively. So I think you expect such things to happen because the players get baffled, they get frustrated because of the situation. I think he never saw PSG get knocked out at the round of 16. That's it. He never saw that happen. So I think that is one of the contributors. But obviously his father, known as, all right, before we go to his father, there is another story that was making rounds on social media that Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead to rubbish about Lionel Messi wanting a lot of money, that it's not true that Lionel Messi asks more money from PSG. The money isn't the point in the negotiations between Lionel Messi and PSG. Messi already has PSG's verbal proposal in his hands, but Lionel Messi is taking his time to think and understand what PSG project will be. So a story was put outside there that Lionel Messi wants the same amount of money like Kylian Mbappe is earning. That is £1 million per week. So Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead to rubbish that, and even the father of Lionel Messi has really gone ahead to rubbish that story, and this is what he had to say. Where is George Messi? It's George Messi. So the father of Lionel Messi has gone ahead to put out the following story that Lionel Messi leaving Tuesday session due to problem with Galtier, that is fake. PSG not open to accept Messi's conditions to sign new deal. Messi asking for $600 million salary to Al Hilal. Fake news, do not trust them. We will not accept lies. That is George Messi, the father of Lionel Messi, who doubles as his agent. So they are rubbishing everything that is being spread on social media, but trust me, there is no smoke without fire. You know, all what is being traded outside there I think some are true and some might not be true. But you can't tell me that out of those 3 stories, none of them is true. You get? There is truth, and there are some exaggerated truth that has been put out. And exaggerated truth equals to lies. That's it. But I think falling out with the manager, I think that's common. We've seen players do that. And I think the father is really trying to really not let this story surge, because they don't want him to be like Ronaldo. You know what happened between Ronaldo and Eric Ten Hag at Old Trafford? So Messi has been known as one of the most disciplined players in the world. At his level, he has kept high levels of discipline. So he has earned utmost respect for that. But if at all these stories are really true and they're being circulated all over the world, then people will say, all right, even Ronaldo did it and Messi is doing it, meaning that they might be right. So Messi has a lot of followers, especially young children, that just want him to succeed and are looking after him. So if at all such stories start coming in through, it's not good for the brand of Lionel Messi. That's why the father has come out and rubbished everything that is being put out in the media about Lionel Messi. Now, talking Lionel Messi, let's talk a little bit of Ronaldo. Maybe there was a clique of people who thought that maybe he was not going to be invited or included into the Portuguese national team that's going to play in the qualifiers of the Euros 2024. But he has been really called. Fabrizio Romano has told us that Ronaldo called up by Portugal's new coach Roberto Martinez for the next UEFA qualifiers. And in his own words, that is Martinez, he has told us that Cristiano Ronaldo is a very committed player. He can bring experience and is a very important figure for the team. I don't look at age. That's what Martinez said. That calling him, I think, as a new manager at the job he needed to call him up. Do you know why? Because of the PR. You know, Ronaldo is really one of the most followed people in the world. You get? He's having close to 1 billion followers. When you add those he has on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and so many other platforms that he is on, he's really so much followed. And you cannot come out and start your journey, all your new job at Portugal as a national team coach, by not really getting in Ronaldo. What you have to do is, however much you don't believe in him, you have to call him, include him into your team. After including him into your team, if at all he fails, then the fans will side with you. But not giving him a chance and you don't put in positive results, then the fans will attack you that you've left Ronaldo behind. So I believe he has gone in for a very good move to really call in Ronaldo, because he's a brand. But starting him in every game and Ronaldo playing 90 minutes, I think that's going to be a very huge ask, you get, for Ronaldo from the manager. Because even at Saudi Arabia, Al Nassr, they even substituted him and really looked annoyed. So at that age, he still has that hunger to go on and play. But I think he should be really sat down and told that, man, your time is coming to an end. You wouldn't like your career to end like this, but you can't really do the needful and play all those minutes. Because right now, teams want strikers that are really pressing. With Goncalo Ramos hitting the ground running, firing in goals to the Champions League. I think he's just 21, 22 years of age. I think he has really put out a very good statement to bench Ronaldo and obviously start in every game that Portugal should play, because he is the new striker on the block. And I think in the history of Portugal, I've never seen them have a striker who is really clinical and so much modern like Goncalo Ramos. Skill set, fine. Ice cold. Press resistant. Scores. Using his head. Foot. Everywhere he's good. He's a very good striker. And I think Ronaldo is in for a very, 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 very huge battle with that man, because this boy is going to dominate him and he won't like it. And I think the fallout between Ronaldo and Martinez, the new manager, is really going to happen soon. Let's go to N'Golo Kante. Chelsea story being reported by Graham Potter via Fabrizio Romano that N'Golo Kante set for his return. Potter said he has a chance of being part of the Chelsea squad to face Everton. N'Golo Kante is N'Golo Kante, a top player. It's great for us. He's back, Potter added. Now, to me, I think N'Golo Kante's return should excite Chelsea's fans for only one tournament, that is the Champions League. You'll need Kante to be at its best, to be at his best, to go toe to toe with Real Madrid in that tie, because he's really an experienced player. If at all you are having Enzo Fernandez, N'Golo Kante in that midfield, and Kovacic, those three, I think Chelsea can beat Real Madrid because that midfield is really tenacious, it's mobile, they are all good on the ball, and you just have to be having another front three that is really good, that is going to utilize those chances that you're going to create, because all those three midfielders I've talked about, they are good on the ball and they will close down spaces. That's it. So, to me, I believe it's good to have him back, and Chelsea are really excited to have him back because, to me, I believe he's one of those good midfielders that you will always rely on. Even if you tell him that plays the CDM, he can play the CDM very well, good at tackling, his engine is really great, but I think as he's entering his third year, in his third decade of his age, I think he should really reduce on the distance he really travels. Let him really play around the back four and obviously try to win those balls and then release enough. But the more he'll continue traveling those long distances, I think it won't really connect well with his body, and that's why he's going to be getting very many injuries. So Kante is back in contention to start for the Everton game versus Chelsea. Your thoughts onto that are welcome in the comment section below. What are your thoughts about Messi falling out with PSG and obviously Ronaldo being invited back to the national team of Portugal? Rokani David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later. And guys, what are your thoughts about those stories? Don't forget to say a prayer before you go to bed. I know most of you are really going to bed, and those that have really woken up, good morning. Those that are going to bed, good night. And may the Almighty Lord bless you abundantly, because he's the Lord God that gives us light, life, and everything that we urge for. Protection is him. So guys, I think you've had a very fantastic day with me. Let me see whether I can record one more video for you guys before I call it a day or a night. I'm out.